LFG, as it were. I am your host, Mr. Kurt Wuckert Jr., rocking live from almost never sunny South Florida anymore. It has rained every day for a month, 6 weeks. I don't even know anymore. It turns out, so for people that have been praying for my never-ending cold, cough, lung thing, like whatever is going on, I think I've discovered what's actually going on. So I'm going to make this about me because it's the CoinGeek Weekly Livestream, and it can't exist without me. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what's going on here. I've discovered that it's a mold allergy. Okay, and it's not black mold in my house. I'm okay. Nobody needs to send me any essential oils. But because of all the rain and given the tropical nature of the climate here, the outdoor mold count is exceedingly high lately, and we have discovered that Zyrtec and or other antihistamines help, but they also make me a little sleepy, and so I'm trying to figure out if there's a cocktail that makes me able to breathe and also not exhausted. Progress pending. So I appreciate everybody reaching out. I should be fine as soon as the wet season stops. I really don't want to live on the antihistamines. I just don't like that at all. But I also really sick of coughing a lung out for no reason on the regular. So yeah, Joey Two Guns to Greg. So thanks Blockstream for the weather. It's been a nightmare. Anyways, this is the CoinGeek Weekly Livestream. I'm your host, Kurt Wuckert Jr. Live every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, subscribe, hit the alert bell. Let our digital, algorithmic, probably AI-controlled overlords know that you do indeed wish to consume our content directly into your brain if possible. And I have Flonase, Joey. I see your comment, and that has been procured. And Uncle Josh saying, take Tylenol. Yeah, it's yeah. As long as you're not a pregnant woman, you can take as much as you. I didn't say that. Nobody said that. But so yeah, it's maybe if I take just the right amount of Tylenol, I'll be able to figure out how to bring Bitcoin to the entire world. It'll be great. I'll stop dealing with the pressures of human interaction and just think in Bitcoin terms at all times from thenceforth. So anyways, thank you, everybody. Let your friends know we are live, and we'll probably take some questions from the troll box here, from the chat. I think the cool kids just call it chat now, so we'll try to do that as well. And I want to thank our sponsor, Rock Wallet, the greatest non-custodial wallet that gives you access to your Bitcoin Core, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin SV, perhaps the new Bitcoin Knots fork coming soon, and Ethereum stablecoins, and the new MNEE Money stablecoin, the only gasless stablecoin in existence. It would be really, really great to have you using Rock Wallet. You can also use it to exchange. So if you only have one and you want some of the other, you can exchange in the wallet app. And there's a minimum threshold at which you can stay under and not do the KYC, as I understand it. So good times, everybody. Thank you, Rock Wallet. Your support is appreciated. It helps me pay for my haircuts. It's been delightful. So. Our guest this week is going to be one Richard Boase. He has been a guest on this show before, and I would expect it very much to be an exciting show because Richard, one of the most eclectic thinkers I know. He is everything that I imagine when I think of a British person, and I mean that in both the best ways and the worst ways. But no, Richard has like the insight into so many things. But he's such a sharp guy, big ideas, and also not just a blockchain guy, but is also quite a blockchain guy. So I'm excited to have him on here. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. Is it already 7 minutes into the show? Have I been talking for 7 minutes? I don't even believe that's possible. So, yes, Ruth, drunk and sweary. Yeah, we're gonna have to maybe have an unrated version of the show. Also, if you're watching now and would like to watch later, you should subscribe on Rad TV because we do an after show now. It is 10 minutes long, completely uncensored. It gets real spicy. The first guest that we did one, I said, hey, all right, we can take the gloves off. He went right into Israel versus Palestine. So we were talking about Mossad and the global Islamic terror. So things get spicy fast when I let people know that gloves can come off and the censors are no longer allowed. And I don't know that Rad TV even authorized such a thing. Rad TV might literally be PG-13. So if we have ruined everything for you, I apologize again in advance for us doing it again later. So anyways, we are delightful. All right. So anyways, I'm Kurt Wuckert Jr. This is the show. If you haven't subscribed, do it again. If you hate the show, press the down thumb twice, and if you like the show, press it once. So we're going to cut to commercial from Rock Wallet, and we will be back with the enigmatic CEO of Bitcoin, Mr. Richard Boase. Welcome, Mr. Boase.
Hello, Kurt.
I see we have the same hairstylist.
Mm-hmm.
So, real quick, I want to compliment your background because most people come on this show and I've got to look at a weird white wall or something. So few people understand how to set up a studio, and yours looks like I could hang out there for an hour and just look at all the cool stuff. Plus, your lighting is phenomenal. So.
It's the mushrooms, man.
See, I knew this was going to be a good show. So let's do a little update. We have not talked much lately. I think the last time you were on the show has got to be 2 years ago or something at this point.
Yeah.
What's going on? I know you got the Ninja Punk girls. All of a sudden, I'm seeing all these BAPPS floating around, and I'm thinking to myself, what's a BAPP? I'm going to need that question answered. But how you been? First of all, how are things?
I'm well, thank you. Yeah, very productive, very well. BAPPS, if you'd like to talk about BAPPS, Bitcoin apps, we could start there. I really actually would like to show you my screen.
Yes.
Should we try?
The BAPP screen? I only see the video screen. We need to add, hold on. There is a square that says present or invite. Do you see this below our video screen? Are you on a mobile phone?
I am not on a mobile phone.
So if you're looking in browser on the video, you see us. Looks like it's going to work.
But is it going to actually work, or is it? Okay.
Ta-da!
Right.
All right, we've done it live. We did it live. All right. Rock and roll.
Okay. So let me start here, because Boase.com is kind of the nerve center, right? This is where I kind of really wanted to put up a portfolio site and really express myself and kind of like show all of the things that were going on in my head about what I was looking forward to doing with the incubator. So
do you know what this reminds me of real quick?
Lots of ideas, and it all went. Yeah.
This has the aesthetic of the internet that made me fall in love with the internet. So this is like your AOL so I used to have I forget what Apple called their dashboard. They had when you'd log into this whole Apple eco, was it eWorld? It might have been called eWorld. And then you could it would show exactly that and just that sort of long preview style of all the things you could do. It's just the best aesthetic, very late 90s in the most desirable possible way.
Okay.
Why did we lose it? We lost it.
I don't know.
All right. I think it's back. All right. What's back? I am seeing the comic book.
I was showing you through the adult version of Ninja Punk Girls. And this is one after Stefan February's Overnode. Yeah. So basically, the One Shot Comics is a kind of NFT studio.
Love it.
For building, comics in one shot. Fundamentally, there's lots and lots of ideas here. Lots and lots of sort of entertainment related ideas.
Let's walk through them. Raph's Kitchen scares the crap out of it. Wait, it's gone again. Why did it go again? It disappeared again.
Yeah.
Well, for anybody that doesn't know Raph Laverde, old personal friend and friend of the show. He is both the most passionate and also, frankly, the loudest talker, perhaps, in the space. Like when you get one-on-one with him, he is like, he gets so fired up. Like he just has like this fire about himself that when he gets going, man, it's like, wow, I'm like at a rock concert full of ideas. All right, we're looking at Raph's Kitchen here.
Well, Raph's Kitchen I made really for him. So let's roll back a bit because I, as you remember, launched the Block Dojo with Craig Massey, and then of like that actually went rather pear-shaped. From my perspective, I was looking forward to kind of, elaborating on all of the ideas that I'd been learning from Craig Wright and sort of like employing all the principles and stuff like that. And it kind of got off track, right? Because I think I want to do my fun little Ninja Punk Girls thing.
Yeah. And
that kind of led to a bit of a falling out with the dojo, which is sad and extremely problematic for me. So anyway, this is the Ninja Punk Girls site, and it's basically ready.
Mm-hmm. It looks lovely.
Thank you. And there's lots and lots of extra features here. There's lots of games. There's lots of, if that will actually sign in. There's lots of games. There's 3D games, battle games. There's a 2D.
Mm-hmm.
There's a 2D game. There's lots of features planned. And there you go. There. So what it does is it gives you a preview of your character. Mm-hmm. And then you can choose to mint it. This is actually not live yet. I can see it's a demonstration site.
Yeah.
But you can choose to mint it, send it to your wallet. And if your wallet loads, bugger it, you wouldn't you know it?
It's a demo. It's a demo. It's okay. This is like when the Cybertruck got debuted, man. It was a huge success. Don't worry about
it. If your wallet loads, you can take your stack into battle. Mm-hmm. And then you can go and you can battle with your Ninja Punk Girls in different.
We've lost the feed again, and I'm not sure why.
I'm just trying to cook it up again. Actually, there we go. All right, so there you go, and you view it in the wallet. Maybe if the wallet's good, you can mint the stack. No, okay. Well, this is clearly not going to work at the moment. But there is a card game in which you can enter your NFTs, and then you can play against others, and you can sort of take out the what would you say, the cards. So basically, what we're doing here is I'm minting a stack. And it's creating a stack of NFTs.
Yep.
And there they are down there. They're the ones in your thing. And if you mint it, then you get those. And you can melt them down and recombine them. I've put the dojo in here. And I've got the forge in here as well. So you can choose all different types of things and create all different kinds of Ninja Punk Girls and all the rest of it. So that's well on the way, basically. And we've got leaderboard and shop, and there's a token, of course. There's an MPG token. And so what I did with the token, actually, and this was really important for me, was we issued shares in the company, 2 million shares. Sold about 15% of them to the market, to some investors.
Yeah.
Dojo got 10%.
Yeah.
12%, I forget. And so basically with this, what I'm saying is, if you want to buy shares in Ninja Punk Girls, then you can buy the shares on One Set Market.
Yep.
And you will enter them into a multi-sig with the company, with MPG, and that will allow us to send you dividends. Now,
sweet.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Key things like how do you get the balance of like regulated security, offerings to the public, dividends, etc., and still keep it fun and kind of meme coiny. So that was, in a sense, that was the point of doing the whole dojo bit.
Sure. Yep.
Nice shares. So that's kind of done. What needs to happen is if you send $1 to Ninja Punk Girls, it needs to split up equally across all of the shares and then get sent batches to the as a dividend. So that will get done. We've got lots and lots and lots and lots of features here. But I don't want to bore you too much with Ninja Punk Girls because there's loads.
For what it's worth, I am not bored at all. This is
Okay.
I could look at 3 foot tall, pink and leather clad Japanese manga.
Right, yeah.
Actually, I shouldn't say any of that. Keep going.
Well, I don't know what I mean. There's a video client in here as well. So
yeah.
the goal with this one is to have a mixing desk where you can, and a studio where you can create your own Ninja Punk Girls.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do NFT videos. So that's like a really big thing.
Sweet.
And actually, I've put a studio in here as well. So you can make your own series, and it's got all of the kind of all of the things that you need in order to make your own series. So you can upload your own artwork and etc. and design your own frames and etc. and make all your own elements. And there's going to be some AI stuff in there as well.
Sweet.
So that's all nice and fun. Here's some token stuff, price chart, dividends and revenue, in like all of the legal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The link to company's house. Wow, exciting.
shout out to uk.gov or
right,
whatever the heck it is. Yeah.
But I mean, look, to be fair, like every site on Boase.com, and these are all, most of them are concept sites, have tokens attached. Now, none of those tokens are actually trading.
Right.
But all of them could. So what this actually is a boutique of companies that
Mm-hmm.
you can buy. You can buy these off the shelf, register them, and then they've got the tokens ready to go.
Awesome.
And we've got music, we've got an education one. Actually, I want to show you the Sensei stuff later. Zero Dice is one of my favorite recents. She's a Ninja Punk Girl too. And there's actually a few of these that fall into the Ninja Punk Girl category. So there's kind of...
Yeah, I see that. I was going to ask, like, are they... you know, I know you have... You have very much humanized the girls to the point where they they exist not just in the module of the game, but they very much like they could hostily take over one of these other companies in the boutique, as I understand it.
Okay. Some of them are actually real people, right? Marina 3D is a real Ninja Punk Girl.
Okay.
Zero Dice is a completely what would you call it? Artificially generated AI avatar,
like a public school kid.
Sorry,
like a public school kid. I'm kidding.
Maybe, yeah, sure. Yes.
Sorry, we have lost the feed again. Let's bring that back up.
Public school kid in this country means like Harry Potter kind of thing.
Oh, okay. No, I mean like you're in the US, that's very much like you're government educated, like you go to the free school in the neighborhood, good or bad, good luck, enjoy your like you will graduate and maybe not even be able to read. So
yeah, no, I'm aware. There's a lot of business models out there.
Yeah.
Particularly with streaming video, faceless YouTube channels are the big thing for AI.
Yeah. That's huge. People are making huge, like I'm talking millions, tens of millions of dollars off of AI generated avatars that have YouTube content or OnlyFans content, all like any of that kind of content. If it's well done, you can be a guy that looks like one of us and be a very successful female entertainer of some rapport.
Yeah.
So.
Zero Dice is a DJ, so she's got her own music. It's Suno produced, but the idea is to automate this all with N8N and push out the music videos to make faceless YouTube channels. What we want is for the payouts from YouTube to come in stable coins, because if they get paid in stable coins, we can ping them out to investors.
Yeah.
What I would like to do with this, I won't have time unless somebody really wants to fund me, is make 26 of these different Ninja Punk Girls in this style. So A to Z, Zero Dice is Z, and I'm going to work backwards. We've got Vex Void as well, who's another one who's very down tempo, very cool. And of course, all of the stuff that is generated on the Boase site can be applied to all of these sites. So she can have her own storybooks, comics, etc., all as NFTs. She can have her videos as NFTs. etc., etc. So that's kind of, that falls into the Ninja Punk Girls bucket. So if you're an investor in Ninja Punk Girls, you now own NPGX, which is a slightly more adult version of this.
Please, how adult? Let's rate it like hard PG-13.
I mean, the idea with this one is that so it's a little bit more, it's more adult. It's a bit more, how would you say, like, I don't know, teenage. It's actually less adult in a way.
Sure.
But the point with this one is that, and like many of the sites now, essentially what I'm doing is having a leaderboard. So the idea is these are all AI agents, right? They've all got their own socials, their own Twitter, their own YouTube, et cetera, and they've got their own token. And they're essentially individual corporations. They've all got their own shares. And because they're all pinging out, when it's all regulated, when it's all clear, when they're pinging out dividends to investors, they will climb the leaderboard. Because they will be getting, this one will be getting 1 million views, that one will be getting 10,000 views, the 1 million views one is paying out more, she's going up, etc., etc. So we could keep track of it like this. So this is kind of all, to be honest with you, this is what's happening on Solana a lot. And you probably know this, right? And so what I'm doing is just taking the models that are out there that are like successful and preparing the ground to launch an empire on Bitcoin SV or on Bitcoin. When it's when things are ready, when money is trading properly. We've got AI fashion. This is the This is Sensei is actually more like an online incubator. It's the dojo essentially in code, but it's like a teaching platform. Now this never got funded, but I would like for the Tulip Trust to be funding this. I'd like to apply for a grant from the Tulip Trust so that there can be a Sensei incubator program in classrooms all over the world, right?
Very cool. Yeah.
That teach you about issuing assets, teach you about entrepreneurship, et cetera, et cetera. It's all in the white paper. The original Sensei white paper was incomprehensible. It was 30 pages long. This is broken stuff down, and you will find interesting stuff in here, like economically weighted search, capturing IP and tokenizing IP, all that kind of stuff. There's tons and tons and tons of stuff in here, but honestly, now it fits into the much broader framework of the Bitcoin App Store. So,
so you might be the busiest person in BSV, FYI, just based on any one of these sites. Is a lot of work. Even presuming you're using like Claude to code all of this, it's still a lot of work to get all this done. But
what's Claude?
Yeah, right. Right. No, I hard coded it from scratch. What's a template? Yeah. What's an SDK? We lost the feed again.
All right, let's get back. But honestly, I'm really, really proud of this one, and I'm really pleased that you had me on the show, actually.
Yeah, no, it's good to have you here. I miss our more regular communications. Let's get that feedback up. There we go.
It put a fire under my ass. Now, let me tell you a quick story. Let me paint you a picture. I went to do some Bitcoin charity in Kenya in 2014. And as part of that, we gave some Bitcoins to a incubator in the slum, Kibera, outside Nairobi. And it's about the time that I met Ian Grigg. Ian was out there. And, I was sort of trying to think how to spend Satoshi's millions for him.
It's very kind of you.
At least I could do. And Ian sort of said, well, the problem is with Kenya, everybody's a charity and you can't give out money because it just, it'll be water in the desert, basically.
Yeah.
You want to invest in entrepreneurs and make a return. Now, Jay Larson at Tuna Panda, the incubator in Kibera, did very well. And I asked him, how we gave him 2 Bitcoins, which was about $2,000 at the time. They sold it to pay for their blockchain incubator program over the next year or 2. And I asked him how you make money. And he basically said, well, actually, we don't make money on the programs. We're not charging people for education, but we can sell data. And sort of fast forward 10 years later, I'm sitting next to one of the tulip people at a Block Dojo launch event. And these guys come on stage, Air Maths, and they are brilliant. And I was really, really pleased about this. And it was a perfect moment because I'm sitting next to this chap and I'm saying, look, this is 10 years of like kind of, a journey from this slumming Kibera to having this incubator that's actually pushing out companies for quote unquote Satoshi so that you can spend your billions.
Yeah, sure.
And we've got a row of Africans in front of us, and they're making loads and loads of noise. Yeah. And the guy wins the dojo Sensei prize or whatever it is, the gold Craig. And anyway, he's really good, and he just repriced 24x.
Wow.
Yeah. So that was very nice. So I got my little taste of his success. And all of that, well, not all of it. I mean, I've just been, I've been using some of the money to just sit here and code.
Sure.
But what struck me, and this is the end of a very long story, apologies, is that I asked him, oh, that's great. Well done. And you got this 24x from selling data. So you changed your model, sort of.
Yeah.
They're an education program doing online education in developing countries. So it is kind of, Air Maths and Tuna Panda, not that dissimilar.
Yeah.
I said, are you hashing your data to the blockchain? He said, no, we haven't got to the blockchain yet.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's odd. I thought you're supposed to be, you're going through the BSV dojo, right? You've been incubated here.
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to be hashing all your data to chain. There's James Marchant in charge with his record thing. Surely he's hashing everybody's data to chain. Maybe not. And then Ziggy, I was on a space last week with Ziggy, and we were talking about tools, and it sort of suddenly struck me what this guy Michael needs at Air Maths or Wisely is to be able to give his students things that will hash straight to chain.
Sure.
And moreover, you want an office suite, documents and spreadsheets and so on and so forth, where you're hashing stuff to chain. Now, Microsoft are not going to give you the option to log in with Handcash. Yeah. Yet. They might do, but they're not yet. Right. So what you want to have is a word processor where, that's not the screen, where whatever you write gets hashed to chain. Not exactly everything, but, well, everything. Not exactly every single letter. You might want it to hash every 10 seconds or when you stop typing, etc.
Yeah.
And you want it to keep a running cost, and you want to charge because you want it to be a business. Oops, that's definitely the wrong thing. I need to, so it's getting message. So each new hash contains a hash of the previous save, right? So it's Git, it's version control.
Yep.
So that means you're hashing the document into itself, and it's a coin. You start from Genesis, there's nothing there. You create something, it hashes, you put the hash inside the hash, it becomes a volume, a document, a piece of intellectual property, and it is a coin. Right. So am I boring you?
No, I'm letting you speak. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so then you end up with a bunch of coins. That's your property, etc. What we do, I'm trying to get this bloody thing to work. Sorry about this.
We've lost the feed again.
I know. Okay, so you're writing your coin. Okay, and this is also Craig Wright. He's writing on Substack. I'm like, why? Why can't you?
Yeah.
Why can't you? So
I publish on chain.
Right. So you can log in with Google. You can connect your Twitter. You can connect your Gmail, your Google Drive, all of that kind of stuff. You can import your documents from Sheets, from Docs, etc. You can connect to Substack. No, you can't. Why not? Because Substack doesn't do OAuth. So there is Craig writing away on Substack, and he can't import. We can't connect to Substack with this yet. Anyway, saving direct to chain. It's put IPFS in here. Cloud storage, encryption, no encryption. You want to encrypt everything to chain. Obviously, you don't want other people to read it. But you want to be able to charge people to view your documents, maybe a penny a time, maybe £1, etc. So you're basically minting an NFT.
Yeah.
Yeah, of your work. So what we do is we apply that to everything. The Bitcoin Drive, you connect your services, Google Drive, you connect AWS, you connect Cloud, Superbase, etc. Of course, you're getting your pointers in Operaturn, I think, right? But you're serving the data from your provider. Okay,
makes sense.
And you can charge people access to your stuff. So we do it with the Drive, and we do it with, we can have a music studio in here, and you can create music NFTs. You can do this all across the board. For
cool.
all of you, right? Bitcoin Sheets, but this one, honestly, you got a sneak peek of the wallet there.
Oh, I like it. That's
well,
fun.
This is just yours wallet, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, this is yours wallet with a bit of 3D thrown in.
Oh, that's cool.
Right, so you can keep all of your stuff in here. The reason this is a sneak peek is it's not live yet at all. But I figure that you can have relationships between the things in your wallet. And if you have a programmable interface, you can say this belongs to that, and it should be paid to there at this point, et cetera, et cetera. And you can have different types of views.
Oh, very cool. I love the interface stuff. Your aesthetic style is it makes me feel like using it. Like it would just, I don't know, something about it. Like I really hate the modern. Like I just got the new iPhone, and it's this liquid glass. Everything is so flat and bleh. And I like the depth of field that, like, I feel like 15 years ago things were heading that direction, because it was like, hey, spatially utilizing stuff like you live in the real world was a really useful way to deal with an operating system. But like, we moved away from it. Everything's very flat and very kind of blah. But I find that so much more discoverable, that like, wow, my stuff is over here, and yeah, love it.
I'm glad.
Thank you, Mr. Messina.
I was wondering if that was Craig, actually.
No. He's a friend of the show, but Christopher Messina. Check him out on the Messy Times. He has his own podcast and various other media endeavors.
I want to get to the spreadsheet thing, because I think it's really, really important. The spreadsheet, oh, damn, that's actually updated in a way that I didn't want it to. Vibe coding, grr. You should be able to connect all of your data to your spreadsheets and import from whatever thing you use. So if you use, whatever, CSV, Excel, etc., or Google Sheets, or any of these different things, Stripe, you ought to be able to bring that into Bitcoin spreadsheets, stamp it as an NFT. Stamp it as an NFT, and ideally, you want to be able to issue shares against the spreadsheet, sell data from the spreadsheet, so it's a revenue-generating asset, and then distribute the revenue from the spreadsheet to the shareholders of that spreadsheet. Okay,
great.
And you might want to sell by the row, or by the column, or by the individual cell, by the sum. You might want a way to look at your data over time. So these would be state snapshots, right? Like what's that Apple thing called?
Yeah, the time machine. Yeah.
So you kind of want that, and you want this whole thing to be ubiquitous in the sense that you want it to be open source. You want everybody to basically be building for it, and you want it to be the reference client that other people can build their spreadsheet software on top of. And what has kind of occurred to me just in the last, and by the way, I've done all of this for you, Kurt. this stuff's for you.
Thank you.
Well, but honestly, because you invited me on the show, and that was I'm appreciative of that.
For sure.
And it lit a fire under my ass, and
good.
I thought it'd be great to do this for Michael and Wisely. It would be great to have this package open source, ubiquitous, everybody using Bitcoin Office, if you like, inside the dojo, inside classrooms all over the world, inside companies everywhere.
Right.
And not just corporates, not just have your service, being enterprise, big enterprise, big service. But local offices, everybody, small people that just use these services.
Everybody uses these tools. So yeah, I mean, it is an everyone kind of market.
Right. So with scale, you want ubiquitous tools. You want them to be everywhere. You want them to be open source. At least the reference client, you want to be open source. And actually, that's sort of the idea behind the BAPP. Where is it gone now? The idea behind the BAPPS store.
Hey, you gotta reshare the feed if we want to see it again.
Sorry. You keep telling me when you lose it. Sorry if I'm going too fast for you.
No, it's okay.
Sorry. Yes.
I like to call my audience the sane people. So they should be following along just fine. I think it's great.
Okay. The coin analogy works with Writer, with spreadsheets, with Drive, with email, of course, which is very important. We'll get to email in a moment, especially with regards to Craig Wright's trial at the High Court. I want to cover that. Sensi is in here, but basically, my apart from the BSVA, my kind of insight, I guess, with Bitcoin, particularly post trial, is that there isn't really, apart from CoinGeek, there isn't really a central place where everybody can kind of list their apps.
Right.
So I thought the Bitcoin App Store actually makes perfect sense. You have Bitcoin, right? You have all these categories, and people can submit their apps. And maybe if we get some funding, well, if I get some funding, then those apps can be audited and that sort of thing. But I thought actually the security is best handled by wallets like Handcash. If you can just plug in.
Yep. Yeah. No, it makes a lot of sense.
So people would be able to put their apps in here. I think auth is really important. Obviously, Bitcoin auth,
big time. Legal
contracts, Bitcoin chat, and we can have 100 different flavors of Bitcoin chat apps.
Yeah.
Same with domains. I think if we're getting X402 and there's payments directly to URLs, then we're going to want to have domain name exchanges where people are trading dividend-bearing shares from URLs. If you understand what I mean, if URLs are taking revenue, like Coca-Cola gets a million hit for a penny each, that's revenue. So all sorts of things, paint, pics, all of this stuff. And actually, if we design for scale, if we think about scale and ubiquity, then we can do all of this.
Yeah.
This one.
I've been very curious. So I saw this pop up maybe a week ago, maybe a little less. People saying, "Hey, Bitcoin, who's behind Bitcoin email?" And I was reading through it a little bit. I have consistently thought that these kinds of chat and email, which are similar, but ultimately just a little bit different UI and experience, but that ability to communicate directly over network, I think, is such a cool idea. So yeah, walk me through what's going on with Bitcoin email.
Okay, well, you cast your mind back to the High Court trial. Craig Wright very badly hacked, and persistently so, and repeatedly, and very invasively so by Christian and other people. And right at the end, there's like a state level attack against him, DKIM. It's nonsense. I don't really know too much about that, right?
No.
So I'm sitting there thinking, how the hell does this work? What's going on here precisely? How do you get everybody on chain? You have to have an email client that everybody is comfortable using.
Right.
If they're all using Gmail and Hotmail and all the rest of it, then they have to log into your email client, your Bitcoin email client, with the client that they like using.
Sure.
And maybe 5 or 10 of them. You want the BSV wallet to be paying for this tiny hashes when you send an email, maybe when you write an email. Maybe you want to store the email on chain. Maybe you want to store it on your server. Maybe you want to store it in the cloud. Doesn't matter. But you want it to go through the chain on its way. And you might want it to go to the chain a few times before it leaves and goes.
Sure, saving progress, that kind of just time stamping of, yeah.
Exactly.
Get it.
It could be legal. It could be IP, whatever it is. You also want, you might want to put stamps on it so that when it arrives, the person who you're sending it to can't open it unless they sign it with their Handcash wallet,
Sure.
right?
Just to show who opened it, when they opened it, etc.
Right. So we've got a range of stamps here. We've got USPS, government priority, express stamps, like a legal document or a court and government certified stamp. If you have a mint for digital stamps, obviously it creates a new market. Your government, etc., can be buying all of those things and then sending documents, which, I mean, it's all rather dry and boring, but actually it's really, really important.
Well, it's super. So I mean, just any kind of company that requires any level of compliance could be using that immediately, because there's all kinds of malfeasances. Anybody that handles anybody like customer data, your basic like KYC, AML stuff, or so I used to work in cybersecurity. We do these audits and penetration testing and things. And another one is how is customer data custodied through your company? And if you don't have a tracking process for that, because it's the primary source of cybersecurity leaks, when people lose, quote unquote, lose data, and it's typically some employee who is I don't know what that was. Some employee is selling customer data on the dark web because I make $60,000 a year. It'd be nice to sell this bucket of client data for $50,000 or something, and then it turns into millions from the people that are making money on it on the dark web, selling your personal data. But
okay, well, let's talk a little bit about that. It's not something that I've had much thoughts about. We've got the same. I've lost the bloody thing to show you. Is it going to show again?
Yes.
Is that showing?
Returning. It is now.
Okay. All right, great. I don't know about dark web stuff particularly, but look, this is supposed to be an open source project.
Yep.
And what I've done here, and by the way, I really want to show you this thing, man. This is really cool. So every app has its own exchange. If you are a writer and you're writing a book and you tokenize it, it can be any format. We'll put it inside a .nft container. Could have a Word document inside it or anything, doesn't matter. You can list it, and you can list .nft shares against it. Those can also have any kind of BRC 100 or ERC 20 or whatever you think you want to put in there, right? So those two containers. But then you're a publisher, you're selling your work, you're selling access to it, and so there's an exchange and there's shares against which you could issue revenue from your products. And so all of these platforms, whether it's writer with like articles and authors and books and nonfiction and business on blah 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 blah, whether it's writer or email, the email exchange is for mailing lists. So you may have a mailing list, wrap it up as an NFT, issue shares against it. The NFT of the mailing list will generate revenue as people buy access to it, and you're distributing money to the shareholders in that NFT. So that's your Bitcoin email list exchange.
Awesome.
And so you can buy them inside the mail client.
Very cool.
You have them, and this is the profit model. This is the generation, the revenue generation model of Bitcoin Corporation. Which is a bit cheeky of me. I agree. I wanted to go with the Bitcoin software company, but I couldn't get the application through. It kept freezing, and then I thought it'd be funnier to just be the Bitcoin Corporation.
Yep. Keep it simple. It's very cool.
Thank you. But this is all really UI. I mean, it's quite shallow. What I've done is I've put up a list of GitHub issues for each platform. So you can see there's a lot of things in the GitHub that need building. You can see also there's a reward offered for each issue, 2.5 million tokens, help wanted, major feature, etc. And what the plan here, the idea is it's a contracting platform. So all of these sites have the developer bar in there, contracts, developer tasks listed, how much. That's actually grayed out at the moment for accepting contracts. But the idea would be that you sign in with your GitHub, you sign up with your Handcash, Maybe you give your identity as well, and you become a shareholder as a consequence of the work that you've done for this open source software. You become a contractor who owns.
I love that. I love that. I've been saying that for years. Like, one of the major things that Bitcoin can allow people to do is take payment in equity. So I specifically was talking about like Uber drivers, and it's like, hey man, what if you could take 10% of your payout in Uber stock and keep it in your wallet? That would be, over time, at least the early drivers would have made an absolute killing on that. So
yeah, and all of that stuff is really possible. I like the idea of the feedback loop wallet, the Floop wallet, where you pay a penny and get a thousandth of a penny back in equity. Immediately. That's not a concept I've taken all the way through yet. But all of these things rely essentially on the same distribution model, or revenue distribution. And the problem is that they're all regulated securities, right? So you actually have to kind of like go through some annoying,
serious
stuff. Looks like we're getting close to the end here.
We are. We're going to have a little less than 12 minutes left.
The primary business model of the what's it called? Bitcoin email is spam. So
sure, love it.
So we're going to do a spam campaign. Basically, have you had your spam today? Our whole entire business model is spamming the blockchain. The more spam we can put in it, the more money we can make. I would love to add support for BTC, but I probably won't get around to it, to be fair. But let's spam the BSV chain because, they're suckers. And also the wonderful thing about this is if you spam, if you spam BSV with your whatever it is, illegal material using the drive, then the wonderful thing about NARDAR, the network access rules, is that it can be stopped, it can be taken down, it can be censored instantly, and that makes business on BSV viable. It's very simple. NARDAR makes BSV viable, and anyone who's got a problem with NARDAR is not thinking business. They're not thinking liability. They're not thinking, how can I, what happens if someone puts illegal material on?
Right.
NARDAR is brilliant. It's just brilliant. It's the thing that's going to basically make all of this work. Keeping track of contributions, etc., etc., etc. So I guess I better stop just flooding you with stuff now.
This is great. I mean, like, I've been telling people for years, with some people taking my advice seriously, but very few people actually sit and start to work on concepts and try to coordinate people to contribute on GitHub and all of that. So I think this is just frankly a really inspiring and delightful example of, hey, if you have a good idea, like, you can bang this out. You mentioned the vibe coding aspect of it, especially with interface stuff, but the SDKs and things they're really good now. The Handcash docs are really good. Integrating Handcash with things is very easy. And then if you want to get real into the plumbing, like, Gorilla Pool helped create the Go SDK with the BSVA. Project Babbage worked on and primarily created the TypeScript library, and so all this like front end, back end, and middleware stuff has largely been taken care of, where you can just plug in tools and templates from these various SDKs, and you can be building an app in days. What should have taken months, or would have taken months 2 or 3 years ago, and with some persistence and some vision, you can bang it out. Man, what was that? I saw the blocks going by. Was this a mining tracker?
So I have. I don't know whether you know this, but a long time ago. So my uncle is a judge, and he ascended to the Supreme Court in about 2022, I guess.
Okay.
And I was very, very keen. I've been the family bore about Bitcoin for like more than a decade.
Sure.
And talking to him about and the struggle and so on and so forth for 10 years. I was very keen that he understood that judges could move coins without keys. period. End of story.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever specifically talked to him about the identity of Wright in the upcoming trials, because first of all, I never knew it was going to go to the Supreme Court. I didn't expect it to. When Wright won in Miami, I didn't think that it would, and also he didn't ascend to the court until 22, so it's not like, I don't know.
Sure.
And then he found in favor, he upheld the appeals court. What was it called? Not sycophantic judgment, Pyrrhic victory.
we should FYI, we probably shouldn't be commenting on UK legal proceedings just because. Given the domains and entities and folks involved, it's probably not in anybody's best interest.
I think he ought to recuse himself, because actually, I think the point of this site is showing the energy use of Bitcoin and to try and demonstrate how blocks scale. Sorry, you can't even see this thing now. But anyway, the point of the site was to
we can put it on screen.
Sorry. There we go.
Yeah.
The point of the site was essentially to show the difference between BTC and BSV, and to show what it was that how they were essentially lying about it.
Yeah.
So that's the BTC version of Bitcoin, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
With all your different nodes. So I thought actually just like a visualization that would actually show how the lie works.
Right.
And what it actually looks like, which is the BTC blockchain really looks like that, and the BSV blockchain looks like this. So I thought this kind of thing was the kind of thing that you should be able to show to judges so that they understand. Now, I agree that it's not brilliant yet, but I think it's the kind of thing that
I find it very compelling. Like, again, I just kind of want to like poke around. This is the kind of internet interface stuff that makes me love user interfaces again. Make UI great again.
Anyway, look, I've registered this new company, this new LTD. Kurt. I certainly want to raise capital in order to fund the development of all of these things. I've only registered that company yesterday, so it is still early doors. There's a lot of ideas in here which need working on. I wanted to quickly show you this. This is N8N, if you know, like automated, how would you say? Automating payments.
Okay.
So all of those would be like hand cash nodes, and you can basically programmatically, program your corporation, etc., using an interface like this. So I thought Cashboard would be really cool.
Yeah.
So essentially, I guess what I'm saying is that Bitcoin Corporation Limited owns everything that you've seen today.
Yep.
With the possible exception of Ninja Punk Girls, which might own all of Bitcoin Corporation Limited.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know. But yeah, fundamentally, I'm looking to raise capital. I would like to be doing this constantly, full time, all the time. I believe in what we're doing. I think there is tons and tons of mileage in these ideas. And I think with Terranode, we're just getting going.
Yeah.
We're just at that point where scaling apps are possible. So all of this really belongs in the App Suite package. Your incubator idea is there. You're mapping out your company and how it works, and all the automated stuff is there in Cashboard.
Yeah.
You've got your educational resources, future blockchain, etc. Jobs board, very important. Okay, that's it. Pitch over.
Man, it's an incredible amount of stuff, and really, I mean, so many good ideas. Even like any one of these ideas could be a startup trying to raise capital, right? Like good pitch deck, and okay, here's why, this thing, and that can also be maybe a challenge that, hey, you have too many things going on here. In fact, I've come up against that, like at Gorilla Pool a couple of years ago. We were talking quite a bit about, all right, we want to do this stuff with Jungle Bus, and we need to do this. And there were lots of things that we wanted to get into early, and a bunch of the team are like, man, how are we ever gonna it's too much, too many things. And so I ran like our pitch deck across a couple people, and they're like, yeah, try to tighten it up to 3 core concepts instead of 14 or whatever the heck we had. But persistent me. It was partially why we didn't raise any damn money, and was like, we'll bootstrap it ourselves. But obviously that's the hard road on everything. So, but no, this is what's that?
It's very difficult to decide what to lead with, and
for sure. Well, I mean, because even just the board, like the board of all the stuff, and having a decentralized exchange, connected to it all, like that's a really novel idea too. And then let people contribute what they want to contribute to it. It's just all of it, man. Business is hard. It's so hard to figure out. Okay, what does the market want now versus what's the market going to want in 18 months? Because you want to quote Wayne Gretzky, you want to skate to where the puck's going to be. And it's a lot of that stuff. It's a lot of decision making, but I'm thoroughly impressed, even just with the ideation. Had you had like hand sketch mood board of all of this stuff, I would have been like, you know what? There's a lot of good ideas in there, Richard.
Yeah, exactly.
So really good stuff, man. I appreciate you. I think more people need to be paying attention. Given that you're raising money, I would encourage people reach out. The handle is there, B0ASE. Reach out to Richard Boase on X and send him your money.
I'm looking for
partners.
Yeah. I'm looking for sponsors, and I'm looking for investors, really. Yeah. And I would like to apply for grants to the Tulip Trust as well. Because I honestly think that this is really, in some sense, what it ought to be funding. Respectfully, I
think anybody with a vested interest in Bitcoin conceptually, you're a token holder or you're whatever, like we need to be investing in startups. I think everybody, not everybody's going to be a coder, not everybody's a businessman, but this ability, including in some of these examples, the ability to sort of micro invest, like, hey, you know what, I've got $500 I could put towards something like that. Like that's you get 50 of those kind of people, and that's not an insignificant amount of money to keep a project going. So I love it, man. 1 minute left. We'll give you the final word before we cut to do the exclusive after show with Rad TV.
Okay, I tell you what, we're going to end on. Let's get this up and going. Oh no, this damn thing. I can't figure out how it works.
Do we want the video? Is it the video?
Yeah.
Go. Citizens of the feed. Malnourished saints of the timeline. Hear this gospel scrawled in spray paint. Justice has silenced Satoshi. Justice has silenced Satoshi. No more lectures. No more listening to Craig Wright's incomprehensible bollocks. No more paradox soup. No more owl-faced thesaurus pinatas. Craig, you pompous dong bucket. The wall speaks louder than your fart trumpet of eternity. Banksy carved it into stone. The judge with gavel raised.
How long is this video? It looks very long.
It's social commentary, man.
No, I love it. Right. No, so okay, we're going to have to cut because we have to go to the Rad TV exclusive. Richard, it's been a pleasure. We'll talk soon.
All right, Kurt. Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
For sure. Talk soon.
Okay.
All right, everybody. Let's subscribe, hit the alert bell, and follow us at CoinGeek.com for tech talk you can trust. We have he said it was the shrooms, and I'm not even going to argue. It's probably exactly what's going on. Everybody, thanks for watching the CoinGeek Weekly Livestream. I'm Kurt Wuckert Jr. reminding all of us to be good to each other. It can be the challenge of a lifetime in many places, but don't let your memes be dreams. Thank you, Alex Vidal. That's I'm like I said at the beginning of the show, the Zyrtec doesn't help, and the rest of it's killing me. All right, everybody, it's been a pleasure. Be good to each other. We will see you next week at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the CoinGeek Weekly Livestream. Kurt Wuckert Jr. saying goodbye.